Good evening, everyone. I would like to call to order the regular City Council meeting. It is 6:36 p.m. City Clerk Duarte, would you please take roll?
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Alvarez is excused. Councilmember Sosa?
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Trujillo?
Here.
And Mayor Frometa.
Present. I would like to invite Chaplain Greg Welch to lead us in the invocation. If we can please stand.
Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, this is a very special night, Lord. We come to you with positive anticipation of the wonderful things that are going to continue to happen here in our beautiful city of Downey. We know you're right here in this room, Lord, because when two or more are gathered in your name, there you will always be. Lord, we thank you, first and foremost, for our fire and our police department. We thank you for these men and women that said yes. They said yes, Lord, that they will take care of the situations that may hurt and harm us. We thank you for each and every individual that puts on that uniform. We thank you for the leaders right behind me, Lord. The ones that also said yes. I will take part, they said, to make this city better. We pray that they'll continue to ask for your guidance, your direction, as they make the decisions that are so important to this fine city. And lastly, Lord, the citizens of Downey, the people in this very room, supporting this, what is being done at the city, and being involved and being an example of what a good citizen is. We pray that you will continue to bless this city, bless each and every person in it. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Greg. I will now like to invite Emily, Sarah, and Jessica Frometa to lead us in the flag salute.
Please place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Welcome once again. I would like to acknowledge former mayors and council members in the audience tonight. Please stand when I call you to be recognized. We also have leaders of the community present here tonight. But first, I would like to recognize former mayor and civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army, Mr. Mario Guerra. Thank you for joining us. I would like to acknowledge Michael Calvert, Executive Director of our Downey Chamber of Commerce. Martha Sodetani, Downey Unified School District School Board member. Also, commissioners in the audience, Planning Commissioner Carrie Uva. Commissioner Henry Trujillo. Commissioner Dan Fox. I would also like to acknowledge the president of the Downey Rose Float Association, Jeremy Clifton. If I am missing anyone else, please let me know. I appreciate all of you. I know we have also Ray Messler in the audience, CEO of DFCU, Downey Federal Credit Union. I also would like to recognize Mariana Pacheco, Cerritos College Board Trustee. Also, we have Christopher Perez, representative from the office of Congresswoman Lucille Roybal-Allard. And last but certainly not least, I would like to welcome and thank my family, my husband, and my children for joining us tonight. Thank you for being here. Also representing our former mayor and dear friend, Rick Rodriguez, we have Lupe Rodriguez here tonight. Thank you once again. I am so excited to see you all. This is a nice view from up here. Thank you for joining us tonight. And I want to say thank you to our fine men and women from the police department and the fire department for joining us tonight. Thank you, Chief Murray and Chief Herlock, for leading your departments with such grace and leadership. Thank you. Thank you. We will now move on to the first item under presentations, and I would like to call upon our city clerk to assist with the oath of office.
I would like to invite the Frometa family to please join Mayor Frometa at the front of the room.
That's okay.
I, Claudia Frometa,
I, Claudia Frometa,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
that I will discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Thank you.
Congratulations.
We do have some seats in the front for those of you that are standing. Thank you for joining us. Yes. Thank you. Well, tonight, I just want to share with you a little bit about some of my priorities for the upcoming year. We have an exciting year ahead of us, don't you think? Yes, we do. And I want to thank my council colleagues for their vote and for appointing me mayor for the upcoming year. These are the overarching priorities, and this is really part of what we do as a city, our fiscal responsibility, public safety, legacy projects, efficiency and sustainability, youth initiatives, community engagement, quality of life, and transparency. And I'm going to go very, very quickly. I don't want to bore you too much, but I do want to share with you some of the goals that I have in the upcoming year. We have tremendous work ahead of us. The first item of business for us as a council will certainly be to find a new city manager so that we can move into the next phase of Downey, what Downey is going to look like for the next few years. And so as a council, that is really one of our first priorities collectively. We have some executive positions that we will also be focusing on. We realize that the strength of a city is, of course, incumbent upon the stability of its council, but also it really relies on having a city manager that has a vision and that understands what Downey's mission is. First and foremost, as you know, prudent financial practices are imperative. Downey has been known over the last 10 years for being a city that is well managed from a financial standpoint. We've had 10 balanced budgets over the last 10 years. And as a council, we will work together to ensure we have a balanced budget. Everything is pointing to some uncertain financial times in the horizon, and we need to continue with prudent financial practices. As you can see, we've received the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award, and again, this is thanks to our Director of Finance, Anil Gandhi, and as a council, the priorities that we have had to making sure that we have robust reserves, and that will continue. Of course, maintaining public safety, as you know, and as I talk to many of my residents in the campaign trail, will continue to be a priority. We have the finest police department, the finest police department. And what I would like is, as we move forward in our website, to bring back the Crime Corner and really have the crime statistics that we used to share in the past. I think this is important for our community, and it really resonates with the type of a city we are in terms of our transparency. So we will continue to have a regular crime report, and that will be accessible to the public. One of the things that I've been also mentioning to my residents as I went on the campaign trail was the situation with fentanyl. And even though you cannot stop fentanyl from coming, that's not a true headline. We can't stop that from coming. Drugs, unfortunately, are everywhere. But we can be proactive, and we can continue to work in partnership and in collaboration with other agencies. And to that, we are going to be deploying Narcan to our various city facilities. And as a council, we voted on that some weeks ago, and that is going to be moving forward. We're also going to be collaborating with, as I indicated, with our school district. We understand from a school district perspective, we do have Narcan in our schools, but we need to do a more concentrated effort in terms of educating our parents in our community, overall our youth, about the dangers of these pills, of these pills laced with fentanyl. One of the things that I also am going to be very aggressive on, and I know I have a council that also supports this, we have seen an increase in transient activity over the last couple of years, and we see it all over the state. We see it all over the country. Certainly, as you've known, the brand new mayor of Los Angeles, city of Los Angeles, indicated just signed an emergency declaration. There are 42,000 homeless in the city of Los Angeles. Certainly, Downey doesn't have that many. However, we need to be more proactive about how we work with our county partners and address this situation. We will continue with the Downey PD has a homeless outreach team, and we will continue to expand that approach to assist, prevent, and reduce the transient activity that we have been seeing in the city of Downey. As far as legacy projects, I know that many of you that have been residents for our community for a long time are aware of these projects. As a mayor back in 2021, I brought this resurfaced again, and I know the council is also very interested in moving forward with the groundbreaking for the space shuttle inspiration, and I'll get to that in a minute. But we're looking at the redevelopment of this NASA Volti building, which will be an incubator of ideas. And we have been working with our Downey Unified School District to get this project moving forward. So we're going to continue. We're going to have access to this site. We're actually going to get our hands on that in the coming months, and we are very excited about that. As far as the legacy project, as I said, this is monumental. The groundbreaking for the Space Shuttle Inspiration is set to occur next year. And the funding for this project came from a $5 million budget allocation from the state of California. And this was spearheaded by former Assembly member Cristina Garcia, as well as $800,000 that was secured by Senator Bob Archuleta. In addition to the Space Center, as you know, this really reflects the love and the history that Downey has with space. And I know that our former mayor, Guerra, who's in this audience, this was one of his babies many years ago. And so we are excited to have this addition to the Space Center and increase the Space Center's usage. I know that Ben has been doing a fantastic job with a lot of the activities with STEM and a lot of the activities to really look at our Columbia Memorial Space Center as a regional hub, not just a Downey gem, but really a regional hub. And so it is our hope that through this expansion, we can expand our ability to reach thousands of children and families and increase their love for space exploration. Now, a capital project campaign has been launched for other Space Center improvements, including the refreshing the Challenger Learning Center. In this place, we're going to have also a robotics lab and the audio and visual system, learning system. So I think there's a lot of exciting plans for this legacy project. In regards to the West Santa Ana branch, some of you may know, this is a new light rail transit line in Southeast LA County. This project will connect Artesia, Cerritos, Bellflower, Paramount, Downey, Southgate, Cudahy, Bell, Huntington Park, the unincorporated Florence Firestone, all the way to downtown LA. And so this is so critical because it's going to be connecting the Southeast area to Metro's rail network. And this is really going to impact our city in terms of connecting people to jobs, schools, and housing. And the city of Downey will gain this new rail station, and this is part of the project also tied to the Rancho Los Amigos South Campus. To prepare for this project, for construction of this project, we are looking at the advanced preliminary engineering work this coming year, including utility potholing, and geotech drilling. So there's a lot of work that is going to be happening regarding this particular project in 2023. Regarding efficiency and sustainability, you saw we had the solar panels installed in all of our city facilities. And again, this is not all. Through the installation of these solar panels, we are saving the city $10 million in energy costs over the next 25 years. Now, the second phase of this is currently in the works. And again, we need to look at sustainability and continuing to reduce our carbon footprint as a city. And a project like this is huge, and Downey really will continue to be at the forefront of being green. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited about I know Delfino with Public Works has been doing tremendous work in this particular project. Now, we have we've had some issues regarding the modernization of our electronic permitting process. And I know that many of you, many of our residents have been concerned to some degree regarding the efficiency and how quickly we're able to get these projects or these plans electronically through our planning department. And there's a lot of work underway. Sometimes we wish that the wheels of government would turn a little bit faster, but that's not the case. And we will be working diligently to ensure that we have this system in place and that we continue to improve that. I want to be very proactive this year as mayor in youth initiatives. We have a youth, our youth ambassadors, our youth commissioners, and we also understand that, as I said, I think last week on Thursday, we have the school district with about 20,000 students in the district. We have 4 middle schools. We have 3 high schools. The health of our youth needs to be paramount. And to that, we see the increase in vaping, and vaping is starting earlier and earlier these days. And so I want to have our youth commissioners and really tackle additional campaigns that they can be working in their level to outreach to the youth regarding the dangers of vaping, the dangers to their lungs and their health, as well as going back a couple of pages ago to the dangers of fentanyl. I think all of this needs to be another initiative that the city partners with our school district. I often say that engaged communities are strong communities. And in this case, we have the great fortune of having our own police, our own fire, and also our school district. And if we have engaged communities, if we continue to have those partnerships and those collaborations, we can do a better job at communicating and at educating our youth and making sure that we are moving in a better direction from a health community standpoint. We've had girls on fire in the past, but we realize we need to have youth on fire. Many times our boys don't have the role models that they need, and we do have organizations within the city of Downey that are doing a phenomenal job at reaching to our youth. And again, this is a young community. The average age for Downey is now 34 years old, and so we need to be able to go and reach out to the next generation. Our youth are in tremendous need of partnering. And again, I'm looking forward to partnering more with our school district and continuing to do initiatives to reach out to our youth. This Youth on Fire will be a camp that will include both males and females. We find that the lack of a father figure in the lives of young men can really lead to criminal behavior and incarceration. And again, some of these things are not exactly things we like to think about, but communities that are engaged and communities that are strong are communities that are looking again at how to strengthen and improve the next generation, and that is our youth. We will continue with our collaborative resources. We do see food insecurity with the rise of inflation and the rise in prices. We are seeing families really fall on hard times. And we want to continue to partner with hopefully our Assembly Member Pacheco, as well as our County Supervisor, and coordinate food drives for our community and those individuals in need. We also have two amazing resources. The Whole Child as an organization in St. Louis Resource Center. We want to partner with them. They are able to provide resources to families that are in need. And we want to be able to establish this the same way we have a legal clinic on a monthly basis. We want to have these organizations partner and come out once a month at the Barbara J. Riley Center and provide those services to families that are in need. And again, it's a multi-pronged approach. We need to be able to partner organizations that are doing many of the same things, but do it together so that we are not duplicating efforts. And we will have also a vaccine drive coming up in January for the community and our seniors. We know that we are in the middle of flu season, and again, those individuals that are in need of that additional flu shot will be able to get one. Adaptive recreation. What does this mean? We will be working with Parks and Recreation to make sure that we provide services and classes for families that have children with special needs. This is also another area that we need to look into, in that we also provide additional access. There are several, there's been an increase in our community with families and with children with special needs, and we need to be able to address those needs. We will continue serving our veterans. Perhaps many of you know we opened earlier this year a Center for Military and Veteran Reintegration, and this provides veterans with services such as transitioning and the reintegration, career and workforce development benefits and resources. Individuals that are coming back to civilian life, it is important to provide them that training and those resources. Again, as we read many of the materials regarding soldiers coming back, there's a lot of PTSD, and as communities, we've got to be able to be engaged. And this center is not just, it doesn't just provide services for Downey vets, but this is a regional center that other veterans from across LA County are actually coming to receive those benefits. And I think that's also important. Wouldn't you agree? Yes. We will continue with Pets for Troops. Again, we also realize the importance of having our furry animals and the psychological and emotional support they provide for our veterans. And that is also a program that we will continue with in the coming year. Of course, some of these we're getting a little bit more into the weeds, but we will continue with the Mayor's Movie Night, and we will extend our summer concert series. I know that this is something that many residents have asked. When we are wrapping up with our concert series, there's other cities surrounding that continue with those concerts. And in the city of Downey, those of you that visit on Wednesday nights during the summer, it is a fabulous time. We come together as a community and we enjoy music under the stars and we dance, and it's what Downey is about. And so we want to make sure that we continue expanding on this great event. I know that this is something that former mayor began, and what is such a truck? This was actually a very well-attended event, and for, again, families with children, the opportunity to come out and experience what, public works vehicles and law enforcement and fire department, and really get a first look at climbing these vehicles and really interacting with our community, with our first responders, was really a fun thing to do. And again, every opportunity we get to come together as a community is a great opportunity to grow and to continue to unify this city. We will continue with our Downey one day of service. This was a staple that was started by former Mayor Rick Rodriguez several years ago. And of course, COVID happened, and a lot of these things were paused. Last year, we were able to reopen some of these activities the middle of the year. And of course, this year, some of these things did occur. I want to make sure that as a community, we get ourselves involved. During the one day of service, we get together on a Saturday morning, is a few hours, and there's a predetermined 3 or 4 community service projects. And we break up into groups, and we either go paint over graffiti or clean up railroad tracks, pick up trash, plant trees. This really gives us a sense of ownership and a sense of this is our community. And by our community, we give back. And so this is really important. One of the things that we will continue to be very aggressive is the Bennett campaign. I know many of you, and even those that are not present, perhaps watching via YouTube, we see those pieces of furniture on some alleys, and we see mattresses, and we see, and this really came to explode during the height of COVID, when people were home and they did a lot of spring cleaning, and we just saw an explosion of this. We partnered with, of course, CalMet, and we increased the frequency of code enforcement visits, and we've really tried to educate our community. But we need to take it a step further, and we need to look at other ways that we can keep our city clean. I know we have a Downey app, and many people have it on their phone, and they tell me, Claudia, I've reported this situation, and it's been a few days, and nothing has happened. Certainly, there's 115,000 residents in this city, and there's always a lot of things happening, but I want to ensure our community, and I want to make sure that whatever requests are put in through that app, that we actually follow through, and that we have a faster response rate, because nobody likes to be driving down our avenues or our streets and seeing them littered with all kinds of debris. And so we need to do a better job, and I promise you this year we will. Certainly, I'm bringing back the Mayor's Legacy Award, and if you know of someone deserving of the Mayor's Legacy Award, and this award is given to someone that has done something great for the city of Downey, and that really has impacted people in a special way, that has contributed and that has left an impact or a legacy. And we always talk about how our time on earth is really finite. I always talk about the dash. We always talk about the year we were born, and when we pass, the year we pass. And we have that on our tombstone at some point. And really what that dash symbolizes is so powerful, because that's really the life we have lived and what we have done during the year of our birth and the year we pass to make a difference in our communities, to make a difference with our circle of influence. Some of us have larger circles of influence than others. It is my hope that as we move forward as a community and as you think about, I know I am mayor for the next year, and we'll have the opportunity I would like to have this Mayor Legacy Award every time we have a council meeting. And so I'm going to leave you some homework and really help me to find those individuals in our community that are well deserving of this award. And I think this just elevates and makes us be more present and more conscientious that the time we have here, and I'm going to say it again, is not a dress rehearsal. What we do today, what we did yesterday, we can't undo the past. That's definitely, there's no sense in crying over spilled milk, right? What happened before, we can't change it, but we can change what we do today. And we can change how we view and the vision that we have moving forward. And as a city, I would like us to be engaged that way. So if you know somebody, please email me and let me know. It is such a pleasure and it is such an honor to be a second-time mayor. And I really delight, and I'm truly honored to be able to serve my residents, my community in this capacity. When I did this in 2021, I made a great effort to be as transparent as I possibly could. I wrote a column that was published in our local newspaper on a monthly basis, and this column was also translated into Spanish. And I did many videos and informing our community about different things. I don't always have the answer, but I can promise you I will get that answer, and we will find things together. It's important as we move into a new direction with our city for me, it is important to be as transparent as I can and to continue to be as engaged as I can. So you will be seeing a lot of me through my videos, my columns. Certainly, I have a social media page that is my political social media page, and I invite you, and I try to be as responsive as I can. Here is the mayor's column I'm talking about. I plan to have coffee with the mayor. Again, part of being the community that Downey is. Look at all of you and look at the various organizations that you're a part of. And this is what I love about this city. We have Kiwanians in the house. We have Rotarians in the house. We have school board. We have the chamber. We have realtors. We have teachers. We have church members. We have so many individuals from so many walks of life. We have business owners. And this is the beauty of our city. All of us, we always know somebody that knows us, right? Is this circle. And wherever we travel, we always know that all roads lead to Downey. It doesn't matter where we're at. We will always find somebody that knows somebody in this fine city. I look forward to meeting with our community and our community members and answer their questions or their concerns and really help us to work together. This year, coming up, I would like to move back our state of the city. Our state of the city years ago was in the late springtime, and this was a good time to talk about what we had done over the last few months of the mayorship. And this also serves to bring our community together, and I look forward to bringing that back in the late spring. rather than fall. And this will conclude my presentation tonight. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you again. We have a lot of work ahead. And again, the next 3-4 months, bear with us. It'll still be a little bumpy. We have an appointment to get through so that we fill seat 1. The seat left by our assembly member and former Mayor Pacheco. And there's still some changes that you will see, but I am encouraged. I am encouraged because our city is resilient. We are Downey, and Downey has been the beacon of progress. As our motto states, we are future unlimited. And there will be a lot of activity. One of the things that I mentioned during Thursday's ceremony when I took my oath as after winning re-election is we also have vacant lots, and there's vacant opportunities from a community development standpoint. And there are some really good things that are happening, that are brewing, and I am very excited about that. I think the best days for Downey are ahead of us, and we've gone through a very bumpy ride, but the best is yet to come. So thank you for joining me tonight, and thank you for caring about this city as much as we do, as much as I do. So God bless you and have a good night. Okay, at this time, we will be taking a recess to enjoy a little bit of a reception before we come back as a council and take care of an item of business. But thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and take a recess. Okay, good evening, everybody. We're going to go ahead and resume our meeting. We're going to reconvene our city council meeting. The time is now 8:08. I will turn it over to our interim assistant city manager, De Rojas, for comments tonight.
Thank you, Mayor Frometta. First, I would like to congratulate you on being sworn in as our mayor. I know you're going to do an amazing job for us. Also, I would be remiss not to mention that tonight marks the last city council meeting for two of our department heads, Public Works Director, City Engineer Delfino Kansuji, and Finance and IT Director Anil Gandhi. The two are excellent public servants who have brought a tremendous amount of leadership, professionalism, and expertise in their fields to the city of Downey. They have been pivotal in many accomplishments in our city and ensuring that Downey stays as a model and aspirational city in the Southeast LA. We are going to miss them both on our department head team, but we wish them all the best in their retirement. And lastly, city staff and I would like to thank Interim City Manager Mark Scott, the City Council, and Mayor Frometta for your leadership, guidance, and support of city staff during the last year. We look forward to what is ahead for Downey in 2023 and want to wish everyone a happy holiday. That concludes my comments, Mayor Frometta. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Interim City Manager De Rojas. Appreciate it. I will now take public comment for the agenda, consent calendar, and non-agenda items. If you did not receive a number card and wish to speak, please proceed to the back of the room to be issued a number card by city staff. There's also a language interpreter we have. He's available in person for those members of the public that need interpretation. Before we begin the public comment period, I would like to remind members of the public that the city's meeting rules contained in the Downey Municipal Code prohibit any conduct that disrupts, disturbs, or interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting. Copies of the meeting rules are located in the back of the chambers. Speakers who violate these rules and cause a disruption will receive one warning, and they may be removed from the meeting. Violations of the rules of decorum for council meetings may also result in an administrative fine under the municipal code or citation for a misdemeanor under Penal Code Section 403. The City Council acknowledges the right of the public to address issues that are within the city's jurisdiction and invites the public to do so during the City Council meeting. However, this right must be balanced with the need of the City Council to conduct the public business in a fair and efficient manner, free from disruption or disturbance. We expect that everyone who participates in today's meeting, from the members of the council here on the dais to staff to the members of the public in attendance, do so with respect and dignity. Please refrain from using profanity, name-calling, or behaving in a way that disrupts this meeting. This includes yelling, whistling, booing, screaming, and any other outburst that disrupts or disturbs this meeting. Any conduct that interferes with or disrupts persons who are addressing the City Council, any conduct that interferes with or disrupts council members while they are speaking, and any other conduct that disrupts, disturbs, or interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting. I remind speakers that your comments must be addressed to me directly and not to any other council member or staff member or the audience. As I indicated before, if any of this is violated, you will receive one warning before being removed from the council chambers. City Clerk Duarte, did we receive any written correspondence or comments to be incorporated into the record?
We did, Mayor. We received correspondence from Gabrielle Villa regarding a pothole on Imperial Highway between Downey Avenue and Brookshire Avenue and requesting the pothole be repaired. We also received correspondence from Rodolfo Cortez Barragan, who commented regarding public comment period at the Board of Supervisors meeting and the Downey City Council meeting. That is all, Mayor.
Thank you, City Clerk Duarte. I will now announce we have 5 speakers that have taken a number to speak during public comment. I will entertain a motion in a second to receive and file the public comment.
So moved.
City Clerk, would you please take roll?
Gonna go ahead and display the vote. Can we take a vote, please? The motion to receive and file public comment is approved unanimously.
Okay, all of the speakers must remain seated until your number is called. It appears we have 5 individuals that have taken a number to speak. Can I have speaker number 1 approach the podium?
Lee Squire, Vietnam Era veteran, 1967 to 1970. City of Southgate employee, 1983 to 1988. City of Brea employee, 1988 to 2019. Mayor, City Council. Subject, thin blue line flag. This flag is the symbol of the first responders of our police officers. It is a symbol of courage and not one of racism. Hatred against police has emotional impacts to the children of our police officers and the mothers of our police officers. We Vietnam veterans know all about hatred and the shaming of what this country did to us. I won't tolerate it against my fellow brothers and sisters of the police departments. This must stop within our communities. I have presented to this thin blue line flag both to the Brea and Southgate police departments at their council meetings. I now give back honor to the Downey police officers and to the children of our police officers. We veterans have seen the tears and have heard the cries of these children of our police officers across America. I now present the thin blue flag to the Downey police officers, their children, and the mothers of these children of our police officers. May God give peace to all of the policing across America and to their families and their children. God bless America, the nation of Israel, military and veterans, and local policing and their families. I now give back this flag of honor to the Downey Police Department.
Thank you, Mr. Squire. Whoever has the number 2, you may proceed to the podium.
Good evening. A change of direction in the city of Downey. That sounds good. I hope it works out that way. We definitely need a change. We have a cancer that's killing the city, the county, the state, and the cancer is even moving through the nation as well. And it is terminal. But we're also going to examine in the next year, which will be a tumultuous year. It won't be easy to turn this around. People are maybe being a little naive, but we're going to have to work at it. We're going to have to continually cut out the tumors here and there. One tumor is missing tonight again, which is okay. Hopefully January 31st, that will be permanent. We need to, but I want to change course a little bit tonight. I want to thank Jason Chacon, Parks and Recreation Director, for the job that they do. I mean, I come through DJAA and other organizations and the affiliation with the Parks and Recreation. They do a wonderful job for our families and our kids and the development of our kids. Sports is a great thing. Thank you very much for everything you've done. Delfino, Public Works, thank you for everything you've done for the city. You've worked hard, got a lot done. It doesn't have to be an election year to do it either, but you've been there every day, and we appreciate it. The residents do appreciate it. Mr. Sosa, good luck. You're the new kid on the block. It's going to be fun. It might be rough and tumble at times, but I'm sure I won't cut you much slack, that's for sure. I'll be pretty honest and straightforward with it. I'd like to thank our fire department and Chief Herlock. Every time I have come in contact with any of the firemen out there, they have been very professional and very thorough. And thank you for your leadership, and we appreciate it. We don't ever want to go to a county fire department or anything like that. And for Chief Murray of our police department, thank you very much. You've done a good job so far, it looks like, and I just hope that you never, ever get infected with any of the corruption and the things that go on, and keep everything above board, ethical, honest, open, and protect the residents. And we are here to support you as well. And we really appreciate everything that both of you have done. I just want to say also that the residents have a lot to do with this as well. And we are out here. We are not, we're moving farther apart from our council. There are things that are hanging over the head of this council, dark clouds that have never been resolved. We would like to move forward, live for today and move forward, but until things are resolved from the past, we can never move forward. We can't. And we remember all the things that you have voted for and voted on, and it will not be forgotten, and you will be accountable for that as an individual and as a group. So just everybody that has done a good job, and Miss Alicia Duarte, didn't want to forget her. She has been very professional in the job as city clerk. Whenever we've had an issue, she has always been responsive and in a timely fashion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, number 3, you may come up.
Lucky number 3. First, I want to congratulate Madam Mayor Claudia Fermenta for her re-election as well as her second term as mayor. I want to congratulate Mr. Sosa for taking over District 2 and getting elected. I want to congratulate Mario Trujillo for being mayor pro tem. Jason, finally got to see something happen at that soccer complex. It's a sore subject. I want to thank each and every one of you public servants here, actually. Yeah, I know you guys go through a lot. I couldn't be up there because I'd climb over and there'd be some issues. But you guys are, from my eyes, you guys are doing an amazing job. And I just appreciate everything each and every one of you in this room does for the city. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Number 4.
Okay. Good evening, City Council members. Mayor Fermenta, congratulations. Not only winning the re-election, but I think a big one that Downey has been waiting for is you becoming our mayor. So a huge congratulations. And despite the allegations that Mr. Beltran and his allies, who thank goodness are here, because I would like to ask them, where is the footage of Fermenta claiming you putting hands on her? You could, there may not be security footage, but where's the cell phone footage of it? Because I've commented on his thing and I quoted, "I will not believe a single word unless there is proof evidence that Fermenta did it." And I know Fermenta personally, not only from campaigning for her, but getting to know her personally, and I know she would never do such a thing. And I think even though we missed a swearing ceremony Thursday, I was very glad I got to be there to witness a huge vote on having Fermenta as mayor. And thank you to Mr. Trujillo, and congratulate you on being mayor pro tem. Thank you so much for jumping on the gun, even though we were supposed to nominate the pro tem first. I think we rushed it because we all agree that having Fermenta as mayor is desperately needed, because that is true leadership in Downey, true leadership for the young people like me and her kids as well. And with the whole deal with Alvarez, who, not so surprised, is not here, It goes to show that Alvarez is not a true leader. The vote that she voted against from Meta for mayor is no surprise at all, because she prefers her own self-interest than the people's interest as well. And that's why I'm calling on all my neighbors in District 3. On January 31st, we have the holidays coming up, but after New Year's, we get right to work on promoting the yes vote on recall Catherine Alvarez. Despite the welfare fraud conviction and shoplifting that she has on her record, voting against the code of ethics and terrorizing families and other leaders like Frometa, as well as Saab, and going after Guerra as well. She also discriminated our American flag. And as a matter of fact, actually after I left the council meeting on Thursday, I saw on Instagram, ABC7 posted somebody in Long Beach literally lining up an American flag on fire in people's houses. And so I reposted it, and here's what I said. It's very simple. If anyone doesn't like our country disrespecting our veterans by burning up our USA flag and saying it is racist and painful, then they can go back to wherever they came from and never come back. And that is not racist. That is defending our veterans and respecting our country that we live in. We come from the American dream. We were born in America with the American dream. And it's a shame how socialists try to say, oh, this American flag is racist, and they try to destroy it. That is not respecting our country. And that's why the vote that we've seen the last few days, we prove that Downey rejects socialism. We reject the Green Party for being in the council. And it's a shame that we have Alvarez, who we all agree, I believe she's a Green Party Democrat, who cannot even respect its own constituents. You call this backing up for the community? Look it, she's not there. Her name tag's there, but no one's sitting in her chair. She doesn't show up to city events like Havana Nights, the Christmas parade, the tree lighting out front, which, by the way, it looks like a Christmas ornament, in my opinion. It's nice, but think about it. She doesn't show up to these events. You call that representation for our community and for District 3? I don't think so. So I know we have the holidays. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. But when 2023 kicks in, we are getting right to work and promoting the yes vote on the recall. So with the last few seconds I have left, if anybody in District 3 is watching this, or anybody in Downey watching this, if you can, go to the recallcatherinealvarez.website.com. We are looking for donations so we can help get this campaign moving on forward, and God hoping we can get rid of Alvarez. Thank you, and Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I can see we have speaker number 5 coming to the podium.
As an educator, I can follow the numbers. Good evening, council members. Dorothy Pemberton, lifelong resident. Of course, I have to come up and congratulate Mayor Frometa for another term. I feel like saying welcome back, Mr. Cotter, but only a few will get that. And welcome, Mr. Councilman Sosa. I think all three of you will work together. We have some core people of Downey who believe in Downey's values. I'm privileged to work on both your campaigns, never have before, but you're out there. We hear the residents, and they see and like what's being done. As an advocate and a spokesperson, I like to just get the job done. When I hear things, I see a problem, we like to fix it. When I was on Public Works and mentioned the street lights to Councilman Trujillo, he started to take initiative to make a list to get people continue to do that, because our residents need lighting for security, and it would be a shame that they're assessed the cost of a light pole when they want to have it. That just doesn't seem right. I like how the streets of the alleys are being addressed as well. So I like proactive work. A couple years ago, I spoke here about hearing things and needs of our city. I'd like to readdress trying to find a dog, not park per se, or dog areas where you can turn your dog loose to run. Over where the Food Helps was at the First Christian Church? They had that little gate area. Now they expanded. We would meet with people. They'd take their dogs there, little dogs, just a place to run that's enclosed. Dave Gaffin, had the first dog park, but we don't have much park space. Maybe try to find something that's available where we can have 2 or 3 areas where people can take their dogs unleashed. I'm next door neighbor. I keep reading about a community garden again. It would be good to have a community garden. We have a lot of vacant space in certain areas, especially for tenants or renters that don't have a yard. They're asking about it. Whoever was on that list, I said I would mention it when I get up here. In Big Bear, when you had trash, you were able to take your trash to a giant area and dump it or leave it there, you know, your trash, your ashes, big things. I don't know if that would work here for our community, where there would be a spot where they could take their big items, stick it in their truck or something, and have a large bin waiting. I know it's hard for tenants because they don't call Caltrans. It's the landlord that does that, or CalMet. So maybe there's some type of place where they can take that. So just a couple of little pet projects, maybe an Oktoberfest some year, and I'll be there to help guide you on what to do. So congratulations, everyone. I know you're going to work together, all three of you, and I look forward to the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dorothy.
Mayor, we have 3 more people that have taken a number.
Okay. Yes, I see number 7 and,
6.
oh, number 6, excuse me, yes.
Estamos igual que la cola del pollo en Cuba. 6.
Number 6, and he needs an interpreter.
Buenas noches al Consejo de la Ciudad de Downey. Está bueno que hayan pronunciado la palabra democracia. Si hablamos de democracia,
Good evening to the City Council of Downey. It's a good thing that you have mentioned the word democracy. If you want to mention democracy,
aquí en esta ciudad hay un periódico dominado por 3 personas. Pone lo que le da la gana a ellos, no la verdadera cosa, lo que está pasando en la ciudad, los robos que hay en la ciudad, a los negocios.
here in the city, there's a paper controlled by 3 people. And they publish whatever they want, not what's really going on in the city, like the robbery through the business.
Uno de los robos, yo le quisiera preguntar a la jefa de la policía qué está haciendo con los robos que ha pasado frente de Portos, de los restaurantes que hay ahí. 7 robos ahí.
One
¿Qué ha
of
hecho la
the
policía?
One of these situations, I would like to address the chief of police, the lady, to ask her what has the police department done about it. 7 robberies in front of Portos, right there. 7 robberies.
El periódico no pone eso. ¿Por qué no lo pone? Para que la comunidad sepa que estamos en rojo. Hay delito en Downey.
The newspaper doesn't publish that. How come? What doesn't it publish it? So that we all will know that we are in a red situation. There is crime in Downey.
¿Eso le llaman democracia? 3 robos a restaurantes Pelícanes. Uno a Suar en menos de un mes. Uno al salón que está al lado de Suar. El otro el sushi. Y el otro el de los mariscos. ¿Qué ha hecho la policía? Nada.
3 robberies within a month. One over there by sewage, the other one by the sushi place, the other one by the seafood place. What has the police done about it? Nothing.
De viernes pasado, de sábado para domingo, hay un nightclub ahí. Se ponen a hacer sexo. Te encuentran los preservativos como que encontrar colilla de cigarro. Caja de cerveza, botellas de tequila. Hasta yo me encontré el domingo por la mañana, pues yo sé que le hago mantenimiento a toda esa propiedad. Me encontré un mazo así de marihuana hecho un tabaquito.
From Friday to Saturday, there's a party going on there. There are people having sex there. We can find condoms thrown all over the place. There are beer cans, tequila, and on one occasion I have found one big bag or big bunch of marijuana there, wrapped in little cigarettes.
Entonces cuando hay problemas con los hombres en la propiedad, llama a la policía viene cada 45 minutos y viene como le dicen, oh, no puedo hacer nada. ¿Cómo no vas a hacer nada? Esos negocios están pagando taxi a la ciudad, no le están pagando taxi a otra gente, a la ciudad, y la ciudad le está pagando a la policía el 40% de taxi de todos los negocios aquí y de todos los propietarios de casa.
So when we call the police or in regards to an issue with the homeless, they tell us, oh, in 45 minutes, and when they arrive, they say, oh, there's nothing we can do. How come there's nothing they can do? These people are charging taxes. I mean, these people are paying taxes to the city, and the city is paying 40% of those taxes to the police so that they can address this.
En esa misma propiedad, no sé de quién es la hora de la ciudad que está ahí, lleva 6 meses abrieron unos huecos, los taparon, le pusieron unas planchas por arriba. Hace 2 semanas y media se acaba de caer una señora y yo creo que le va a poner una demanda a ustedes, a la ciudad, porque hay un hueco que el cristiano que mete el pie ahí se queda sin pie.
The same properties, many times within the last 6 months, there's a lot of holes in the area and they have covered them with some metal sheets. But this lady fell to one of them recently and has broken her leg. I'm pretty sure she's going to sue the city for that.
5 meses tuvieron 2 spring tirando agua. 5. Venían los de mantenimiento a comer ahí, los veían, nada, no hacían nada. Los chascotes de agua. Entonces después están quejando que no hay agua en la ciudad. Y nosotros no ponemos el respeto a la comunidad, ¿cómo la comunidad le va a hacer caso a ustedes?
During 5 months, there were 5 sprinkler systems broken, throwing water away. 5 of them. And the maintenance people will come over and they wouldn't do anything about it. There was water spilled all over the place.
Sigamos hablando de democracia. En esta ciudad no hay democracia, sinceramente. Yo vengo de un país, hay muchos que dicen que son cubanos, de verdad que es verdad, tuvieron que meterse allá en Cuba, pasar trabajo, y llegan aquí y ven y saben lo que es democracia.
Talking about democracy, there's really no democracy in this city. I come from Cuba, and some Cubans who've come here before, they say that there's democracy, but there's really none.
Igual que el numerito este, me acordé de la cola del pollo allá en Cuba y la cola de los huevos.
Same as this number here, it resembles the tail of a chicken here, the tail of a chicken and some eggs.
¿Eso le llaman democracia a ustedes?
Is that democracy to you? That's what you call it, democracy?
Igualmente, usted le dijo en un mensaje en Facebook a Kevin de que era democracia el rico de la Álvarez. ¿Está bien? Sí, es verdad. Pues, estamos en un país demócrata, libre de albedrío, podemos hablar lo que queramos. La Constitución nos defiende, pero usted ha hecho cosas que no están en la Constitución.
Talking about democracy again, you said in a comment in Facebook to Kevin that there's democracy and that Alvarez, for example, has been elected through democracy. And yes, there's freedom of choice. You know, people can say whatever they want.
Una de las cosas que usted ha hecho, y disculpa que se lo diga, cuando las votaciones del IVA, usted tenía que haber renunciado como renunció la abogada de la ciudad. No lo hizo.
One of the things you have done at the time of the election of the IBA elections, you should have resigned like the city attorney, but you haven't done so.
Como mismo también usted y su esposo como amenazaron a Gemma, supuestamente la cámara de afuera no sirvió, como Beltrán, Ralph, la cámara no sirvió, pero Ralph trabaja por una compañía que es la que supervisa todos los videos y ya los tenemos ya.
Same thing with Helam, and apparently that camera wasn't working, and Beltran, same situation, the camera wasn't working, but he works for a company that works with videos, and now we do have the videos.
Como usted mismo no se acuerda cuando la pandemia, que mencionó mi nombre, mi dirección, eso está en contra del ámbito de la Constitución de los Estados Unidos.
I don't know if you remember, but there was a time at the time of the pandemic when you mentioned my name and my address, and that is against the Constitution of the U.S.
Entonces, usted se mete con las pobres gente, con los infelices. ¿Por qué usted y su esposo no se metió con mi esposa y conmigo?
So you
¿Saben
did.
a lo que se tiran, no?
So you deal with the poor, the people who don't know much about it. Why don't you guys face me or my wife? You don't want to do that, right?
Que tan buenas noches.
Have a good evening.
Thank you. Have a good night. Mr. Barragan, City Clerk Duarte has informed me you submitted your
That is not a
public comment.
I email you all the time. I don't ever
This
public-
is
I never said it was a public
subject
comment.
public comment.
No, but that was for my comment to you guys. I CC'd all of you. That was not my public comment. You're impoverishing my rights right now. I email you
received-
people all the time about public comment, and you don't do this.
We will not take your comment because your comment has been received and filed.
That is not my comment. That is
Thank
not your
you.
process. That is not your
This is your public comment, sir, and this is, it's in the subject line. Next. Can we have order in the courtroom, please? And you cannot take video from the aisles. You need to sit down. Thank you. Number 8.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joaquin Beltran. What I just witnessed right now was mind-blowing. It's public comment. It shouldn't be threatening in any way to people who are representatives of the city. They should want to hear what people have to say. So I want to share with you, I grew up in Downey. I'm a Downey son. My family has roots here. We've contributed decades to the city. I started a small business 20 years ago when I came here asking the city to approve it. I'm a resident, just like any of you. And, I engaged in the democratic process. I ran for office to help my city, to help everyone here. And in the process, I was met with the violence and abuse of power of Councilmember Claudia Frometa. On October 25th, while I was campaigning, talking to a community member, 70-year-old community member, wonderful, wonderful lady. Her and her husband drove up in their white car. Claudia Frometa came out, charged at me while I was speaking with this wonderful woman. She grabbed me violently, threatened to call the police. And indeed she did. And I want to state for the record that those laughing are people associated with Claudia, and that's very sad. And so what I want to
Please don't speak, audience, as
what I want to
public
say,
comment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What I want to say is that indeed she did call the police. She instigated a high priority call. A high priority call is reserved for when someone's life is in danger, okay? That is a big deal. 5 units came out, okay? Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened, okay? She put my life in danger. She put the community member's life in danger as well. When she came out of the store after intimidating the store manager to take down my flyers in there that he had given me permission to put up, she violently grabbed me again. And me, the community member, and the store manager walked over to the police and right there gave the account. So the witness, you want proof? The witness was right there the whole time. The proof is on the police footage. And so this public official, Councilmember Claudia Frometa, committed a crime. She made a false call to the police. She violated my First Amendment right, and she physically assaulted me. This is a council member who is supposed to be here to help people, not to harm people. And so, public officials should not be committing crimes. No one should be committing crimes. We already have a crime problem here. Why is the mayor, someone who, Mario Trujillo nominated and Hector Sosa seconded to become mayor? I mean, this is crazy. Is this the next Bell? What is going on here? That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. If this was done to me in public, someone who's strong, what is done to people who are voiceless, people who do not have a platform, people who can't speak out, okay? I want to ask, if someone commits battery, shouldn't they be arrested? If there's eyewitness footage on police film, isn't that proof? Shouldn't they be arrested? I want to thank Detective Hill in Trinidad for sharing that the footage from Ralph's 2 to 3 days before and 2 to 3 days after was gone, sharing that The witness testimony is on the police footage, sharing that indeed what Claudia Fermetta did was a big deal, and for sending the case to the DA's office for filing consideration, calling for her resignation, calling her for her arrest, and I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe for my
Thank
family.
you. Your time is up.
This is a big deal.
Thank you.
This should have never happened
Your time is up.
to anybody. And you,
Thank you. City Clerk Duarte, do we have any additional speakers?
We do not.
I will entertain a motion in a second to close public comment.
So moved.
Thank you. City Clerk Duarte?
Give me a second, please.
There we
The
go.
motion is approved unanimously.
Thank you. Moving on, thank you. Just to clarify the record, I want to let the community know these accusations of battery are false. There are people that are. I need you to please exit the chambers. There's no yelling in here. Thank you. There is no battery, and there is absolutely, unfortunately, 4 years ago when I ran my campaign, I ran a strong campaign, and so did my opponent, Carrie Uva, who happens to be in the audience tonight and who happens to be my planning commissioner. And we have a strong friendship. Those of you that know my family and know me know the strength of my character. And unfortunately, there are people that will continue tonight, weeks ago, and in the future to smear individuals, myself included. And people are free to make up stories and to distort the truth. But I will want to make sure that to clarify the record, I let my community know where I stand. A police call was done because members of the community contacted me concerning individuals blocking the entrance of Ralph's at 10:45 p.m., 11 p.m., campaigning. Now, when we talk about safety, people don't always feel safe to be approached by strangers that late at night. And aside from being someone that was running a campaign, my responsibility as an elected official comes first. Now, due to the nature of the incidents that have arisen in the past with these members following me outside the council chambers to my vehicle, and my family having to be escorted out from this council chambers to our cars, due to the same individuals coming to my home to protest and scream vulgarities, the police will respond when a call is made that a council member is indicating there are individuals late at night that may be harassing the community. Anybody, this is a free country, and anybody is free to campaign wherever they like. But 10:45, 11 o'clock at night is not appropriate. And these individuals will continue to distort the truth, and they will continue to show up, videotape, and you will see my comments tonight in some way, shape, or form, distorted during various clips in social media. My social media accounts have, some people, interestingly, have tried to hack them, and I don't feel safe as a council member. I did not feel safe running for office. My family does not feel safe, precisely because of the type of individuals we've had in this chamber speaking falsehoods. And you are free to continue to come. Unfortunately, you lost this campaign, and whatever investigation is moving forward, I can tell you that whatever assault and battery you claim took place is false. Now, moving on, I will continue. If you, Madam Interim City Manager, can we please have the police remove this individual that is being disruptive in our chambers? No. Thank you. If we can please maintain order in the chambers, that would be great. Moving on to item number 1. Okay, now is the time for consent calendar items. Are there any council members that would like to remove or abstain from an item? Okay. I will make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
Please vote.
The motion is approved unanimously.
Thank you. This city council meeting is now adjourned in memory of the lives lost due to COVID. Please, a moment of silence. Thank you. Have a wonderful holiday season. Stay safe. Good night. This meeting is adjourned.